huge thank you to StackExchange in the description for the original template script and my idea for the video. All credit for this goes to them, and if you want a text guide to follow, it is in the description. Otherwise, stick around and have a good one. Hello everybody, welcome to my tutorial on how to translate MIDI strokes into keystrokes. Now, this is particularly useful for people that want to create keybinds, open applications with keybinds, right? And do all sorts of shortcuts with a MIDI instrument, such as drum kit, keyboard, soundpad, I believe, one of those like back in 2016, those guys with the fucking rainbow like 64 by 64 grids where they would tap it, it would play a sound and shoot colors everywhere. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, why buy a Stream Deck when you can just buy a used keyboard off of eBay and have a Stream Deck that is infinitely better, and you can make music at the same time? Another use case that I am personally using it for is for Guitar Hero, Rock Band, specifically Guitar Hero World Tour Edition, World Tour Definitive Edition, because that game does not have MIDI support yet. They're working on it, but you know, I gotta play my drum set, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what my script does. I just type in pro drums.sh, and it attempted to open every single script that I wrote individually, but since I do not have my drum set connected yet, it went ahead and just closed everything. So it's all scripts attempted. But I'm going to show you how to do it for my use case, and then by that you'll learn how to use it for yours. So to get started, let's go ahead and close our terminal, clear it, and let's get started with a few packages. And I forgot to mention that I am on I do use Arch, by the way. So if you are using a different distro, please, you know, modify what you need for that. But I do not have any experience with anything else. So if you do comment on any other distro, I cannot help with anything outside of Arch. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and install alsa-utils and xdotool. So I'm actually downloading both of these programs off of the AUR, the Arch user repository. I believe there's official branches, but I really want that cutting edge version. It does go without saying, please be careful when you're downloading things off of the AUR. Packages can contain malware, so please review the code before you execute them. As of right now, both programs are safe, so I'm going to be running them right now. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using a AUR manager like Yay, whichever one you were using. Go ahead and use that. Alsa-utils, already have it, so I'm just going to reinstall it. Yes, yes. Perfect. And now we are going to get xdotool. Oh. Yes, yes, reinstalling. Perfecto. All right, cool. So now that we have both programs, let's go ahead and list our MIDI devices that we have. Now, I do not have my drum set connected, so I'm just going to show you what command it is first, and then I'll go grab it. So aseqdump, so askdump -list or -l. As you can see, we have a MIDI throughput on port 0, but there is no MIDI controller yet. So let me go ahead and grab my drum set and plug it in. Alrighty, I went ahead and plugged in my my MIDI drum set, and I'm going to go ahead and rerun the command. And bam! So as we can see, Aliasis Nitro, I am using an Aliasis Nitro mesh, but any drum set, or obviously anything that's MIDI, will show up here. And if it doesn't, Google. Anyway, so now that we have our MIDI, we are going to go ahead and note what that said there. I went at next. So Aliasis Nitro. So this is the client name. This is the port name. We're just going to go ahead and disregard the port name. We want the client name. So that'll be Aliasis Nitro. Whatever that is for you, go ahead and take note of that. But I already know what that is. So we're going to type in askdump -p. We're going to open quotation, capital A, Aliasis Nitro, case sensitive, end quote, bam. So now we have a live feed of what the MIDI is seeing. So if I go ahead and hit a drum, oh, look at that. I'm going to do it again. So we get the note and the velocity. Whoa, that shit's flying up. Just use your scroll wheel if you're using a terminal that can support it. If not, you're just going to have to read real fast. But as you can see, note 48 at velocity 16. Now, basically, this command, which is aseqdump-p for our MIDI device, will be how we are able to see what note we're actually hitting. Rerun that. Open up a new file to take a note with. Very inefficient, I know. And I'm going to hit all 4 of my drums here. Bang, 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 bang. Cool. Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. So tom1 equals n43. Let me size this up too. I know some of y'all are on mobile. tom2 equals n45. So now that we've gotten everything, you can go ahead and click Ctrl+C to stop the command. Or that's what I'm using for Kitty. I'm not quite sure if it'll stop it for any other terminal, but anyway. So go ahead and take note of every single MIDI event, which is like per key, per drum, per soundboard button, whatever. Take a note of everything that you want to bind. Take note of the note and the number. That is what we need here. Go ahead and put that off to the side. We're going to need that. Now, this is where xdotool is going to come in. We're going to go ahead and show what xdotool actually does. So xdotool actually emulates a keyboard stroke via the command terminal. So if you type in xdo type or xdotool type hello, it'll ask for remote control. You share, and then it'll type hello. Let me do lots of word gibberish. Lots of word gibberish. I click enter. Boom. And it just put a fuck ton of word gibberish on my behalf. So I think we're kind of you're starting to understand what we're going to get at here. So we're going to make a script. Oh my gosh, this is terrifying. No, it's not. If you've never used a terminal before, learning from an idiot like me is not the best choice, but this is actually one of my first scripts that I've ever edited and done for myself. Of course, this is from StackExchange. Once again, huge love to the guys that made the script there, but you know, I'm retooling it for this tutorial. Script editing is not hard at all. It can be very time consuming, but it's really not that hard. Just really try and hang in with it and you'll understand exactly where I'm getting at. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and open another Kate terminal or another Kate. I'm going to go ahead and you can use any, like use nano, whatever, but you're going to copy the script, the pre-made script that is in the description. Let me go ahead and make this nice and big for everybody to see. Bang. All right, cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and save this in my desktop as a temp because I just need, and I'm going to save it as a script file. SH, so that way I can get the nice syntax colors. That kind of helps me keep focus on what I need to do. As you can see, we have a script here that looks like gobbledygook, okay? So aseqdump-p, and this is the MIDI device that is in the pre-made, but we're going to go ahead and replace this with the alsa-utils. Bang. So now that we've done that, save. We're going to move on to note on 64. So xdotool, it's going to type hello. So on note event 64, xdotool will type this. So this is where we're going to configure our stuff. So in my script that I made a whole intricate thing where I opened up a ton of terminal windows, of course. It actually worked this time because I have my alsa-utils connected. But the reason why I did this is because since I'm playing a rhythm game, I'm going to be having simultaneous MIDI inputs at once. So it's going to get pretty loud in the MIDI channels. So I needed that many scripts to be running. But for you, you can most likely use multiple commands in one script, and it should be fine. I will show you at the end of the video what I did, so that way, if you're also using your drum set on Linux, God forbid, right, then you'll be able to. Anyway, so now I know what all four of my drums do. So I'm going to go ahead and do tom 1, 43, and that's going to type A. Or if you wanted to do a key binding, you'll do key, which will be ctrl+j, right? So xdotool has a wiki which has all of the supported keybinds. Some of them are not supported, but of course, check that out. But for me, I'm just doing simple keystrokes, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of key, put in type, and I'm going to copy this command template down for 43, 45, 48, and 38. So one will be A, B, C, and D, respectively. Oh, and make sure to put a space between your colons. There you go. Okay. So this should honestly be enough. So we're going to save it. And we're going to go and back out of here. Make sure you save it to a spot that you can remember where it is. Here's my temp script. And you're going to save it as your name, whatever name you want, .sh. We're going to give it executive, like we're going to make it to where our user can execute it. So sudo chmod plus x. We're going to copy the location of the script. Oh, Jesus Christ. Boom. Cool. Sudo chmoded. Kablamo. Cool. All right, now, all you want to do to execute the script now that you've went ahead and gave it execute rights, you're going to go ahead and just type in the location of your script and click enter. Now, nothing happened, but it is actually running. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my drums a little bit. Boom, boom, bang, boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 4, 2, 1, 4. Boom. Pretty sure that's as cool as it gets here. Now, of course, Control-C to exit the script, but yeah, that's how you do it. Congratulations. So if you want to be able to run just temp.sh, like type in prodrums.sh like I did. So take your script temp.sh. You're going to cd to /user/local/bin, and let's go ahead and type in mv, copy location. We're going to drop it here, which will be here. So /user/local/bin, and since we're moving it into our root, we need to give it a sudo. Get some passwords up in this bitch, and bam, it should be there. Where are you? Temp. There you go. Yep, it's in there. So if I go ahead and type in clear, nice, type in temp.script. It works. Yes, it does. Okay, cool. Good. Awesome. Now, the next part of this video is going to be if you want to make individual scripts for each one of your notes. You may already know how to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and break it down real slow for y'all, because it gets real hairy real quick. Anywho, I'm going to be using administrator inside of Dolphin because I want to. And I know it's not really safe to do so, but I accept that risk, and I know what I'm doing. I don't actually, but I do. You know what I mean? It's my computer, it's not yours, whatever. And if you do use administrator privileges inside of Dolphin, please please be careful with every action that you do because you can fuck shit up really hard. So anyway, I went ahead and made a script called ProDrums. I'll go and open that with Kate here. And what I did is that I took a note of the template script and I went ahead and mapped out every single note as well as what note that would be on the game that I want to play. So letter A is for red, letter S is for yellow, letter D, G, kick, yellow symbol, blue symbol, green symbol, kick, green symbol with a hi-hat modifier. So I went ahead and took note of all of that. And then I went ahead and created a script for each individual note. And I put that script inside of this script to launch all of them at once in separate terminals, just to make sure that they're working. And it'll echo each time that the attempt is made. It'll sleep a little bit, and then it'll put all scripts attempted. The and at the end is to run every single command at once. No sequential done. And let's go ahead and just run the oh my god. Let's make the individual scripts. So I'm just going to start out with Pro Blue. I'm just going to open that. Actually, I'm going to open up all of these, minus Docker, minus ProDrums. We're just going to drag them in here. Wada bang, wada bang. Undone, doom, boom. All right, cool. So as you can see, I just copied the entire template, except I isolated the one that I want. So note D aligns with blue. So I named the script ProBlue.script. And since 48 is right here on 48, yeah, as you can see, just do this for every single one. And what I did is that I also added a echo above the aseqdump to put a message on top of every single console that is opened to let you know which one you are closing. So bang, 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 right? So boom, 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 boom. And you just add them all together in a little mighty big sandwich. And you just do it. I'm not going to lie, my brain is falling apart. So ProDrums.script. And it's been attempted. Yeah, as you can see. So I don't have my kick drum connected, but drum 1, drum 2, drum 3, drum 4, symbol 1, symbol 2, symbol 3. Oh, and it's going to ask you for input controls on some of them. So you might want to warm up your keybinds before you start your game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I said 6, 7. Okay. So bang. And then when you want to close them all, just type Control-C. Control-C for each one of them, and they all close real handy dandy like. So yeah, it's really not the best way to do this, I'm sure, and I'm sure it does take a lot of CPU headroom to do this, which I have a really beefy processor, so I don't really feel it. But with that being said, I hope this tutorial finds you well. I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of Guitar Hero Van Halen with my drum set, just so you can see. Alright, cool. As you can see, I just got totally mogged by the input control requested. So make sure you get all that out of the way before you start. What a way of death to KO guitar, Jesus Christ. But that is Eddie Van Halen, so if he wants to do that, he can.